Hey there, guys. Welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays. That's right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for returning, checking my channel out. Today we got some Westerns, one of my favorite subjects, and probably yours too. So let's get right into it. Now, this is a Criterion double feature disc Blu-ray that I recently got. And I've been trying to get this for years, but I was going about it the wrong way. I was bidding on it on eBay, and it would always, I would always get outbid, or it would just go up to crazy money, and I would forget it. But I finally broke down, got it on Amazon for a decent price, and really, really good movies. These are two films by Monte Hellman, The Shooting and Ride in the Whirlwind. Really good movies. Monte Hellman, great director. Started with Roger Corman, made movies like Tulane Blacktop. Excuse me. He's made a bunch of stuff. Really good independent filmmaker. These movies, to get these done, Jack Nicholson was involved in it. I think he wrote both of the stories, kind of co-wrote. It's got a great cast. It's got a who's who of actors that kind of graduated from the 60s, mid-60s, that went on to do all the great stuff in the 70s. Even got it's an early movie produced by Gary Kurtz, who would go on to do Star Wars and work with George Lucas a lot. So anyways, this is a new 4K digital restoration with the original mono soundtrack. It's got some really good bonus features on here. There's a great interview with Millie Perkins, who's on this. Some great supplements on this. This is really worth it, and it looks really good. Of course, Warren Oates is in one of them, but it's got a great cast of people. You know, you got Harry Dean Stanton, a bunch of people. But yeah, this is a great movie. I mean, this is both of these were made in 1966. These were kind of low budget. These were have become cult films. But these are great. These are really good, and I think anybody that, you like some of the revisionist westerns of the late 60s, early 70s. Not saying that these are revisionist in any way. Sort of tipping the scale, but just, I don't know. They're hard to explain. They're just really good westerns. The Shooting and Ride in the Whirlwind. Two great movies by Monte Hellman. Next up, this is a movie that I've had for a while, and it's like the first time I watched it, it just kind of went over my head. I don't know if it was just not in the right mood, or I was tired or something when I tried to watch it. But I rewatched it the other night. It blew me away. I was in a Warren Oates kind of mood, and after watching the Ride in the Whirlwind, The Shooting movie, which he's in, and this is such a great movie, man. Really good. It's called The Hired Hand. And this is a movie directed by Peter Fonda, and it stars Warren Oates and Verna Bloom. This was made in, I think, 1971. This is kind of Peter Fonda's riding the wave of Easy Rider and stuff, and this is definitely a revisionist western. It's got a great photography by Vilmos Zsigmond. Really, really good. What can I say? This was made for Universal, actually. And this is they did a restoration of it back in, I don't know if it was the late 90s or early 2000s, or maybe even later than that, but they did a restoration of it, cleaned it up, restored it, and it's a great movie. Warren Oates is really good in this. Peter Fonda, great in this. He did a great job directing and acting in this. And Verna Bloom, I mean, she's really good. The three of them make a really good cast in this movie. Great script. Check it out. Really good movie. I can't say it enough. Next up, this was a movie that I got during a package. I traded with Carlos Eastwood for Life. This was a movie that I seen about once. This is Paul Newman in The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, directed by George Houston. Really good movie. I mean, Paul Newman is pretty hilarious in this movie. I mean, this is a semi-comedy, black comedy, western, all kinds of stuff. But it's definitely got the dark humor in this. I mean, Paul Newman is just he's just kind of wacky in this movie. I don't know. It's just funny. It's a repeat movie to watch. It's got a cast of characters and all kinds of great supporting actors in this. Everyone from Stacy Keach, Roddy McDowall, Anthony Perkins, Victoria Principal, Anthony Zerbery, that was in Dirty Harry, Ava Gardner even, Tab Hunter. It's a big cast, funny movie. I think it's funny. It's a little bit of everything, but yeah, Judge Roy Bean, The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, great movie. Pick it up. This is a Warner Archive Blu-ray release. Next up, this is kind of a light western comedy, kind of fluffy 50s piece. This was made in 1958, starring Jane Mansfield, and I've always been kind of interested in this movie. I mean, this was directed by Raoul Walsh, of all people, later in his career, and it's got a great supporting cast. I mean, it's got Kenneth More, Bruce Cabot, Henry Hull. Really pretty cool. But the movie I'm talking about is The Sheriff of Fractured Jaw. It's a big CinemaScope 20th Century Fox color western. It's okay. It's kind of one of those mood movies. It's kind of like when you're in a certain mood, you want to see it. You know, a lot of times I want to see a more serious western, I guess. You know, but it was okay, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm curious about Jane Mansfield and actually watching her movies. You know the legend, you know the story of how she died and everything, but who was she? How was she an actress? So I checked it out. So there you go, The Sheriff of Fractured Jaw. Next up, this is a really good movie. This is a Olive signature release, and it's out of print. I was going to try to find the Blu-ray, but it was very expensive. So I ended up getting the DVD, and this is a really nice release, really interesting movie even. Raquel Welch is really good in this. It's a beautifully filmed movie and everything, but let me show you about it. This is Hannie Caulder, and this is a really super cool set. I mean, it's got this slip case. It's got the slip case on there. It's got some beautiful artwork on it. You open it up, and it's got some pictures, and it's got a nice booklet in it. It looks really good. It's got a lot of supplement features on here. It's got like 3 or 4 documentaries. Looks really good. This is from 1971. This was filmed in 235 widescreen, directed by Burt Kennedy, and this actually stars Strother Martin, Jack Elam, Christopher Lee, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Culp, and Raquel Welch. Really, I liked it. It had some criticism at the time because it kind of shows her being raped in the beginning and then basically taking her revenge on these 3 men that did it. But at times, it's almost serious. I mean, I think I know exactly why it was criticized back in the day. I mean, the guys are kind of laughing. The bad guys are almost portrayed as people you want to like because they're, Ernest Borgnine. It's hard not to like Ernest Borgnine. So I wish if in making this, they would have made them with kind of unknown actors, so you wouldn't really want to like those guys. But it kind of goes in different tones at shape, different tonal shapes at times, and kind of shifts here and there. But overall, if you go into it with just an open mind and just look at it for just what it is, it's really good. It's a great, I don't know if you would call it a spaghetti western. I guess it is considered a spaghetti western. I believe it was filmed over in Spain. Looks really good. The photographer on this was, who was the photographer? I'm not sure, but Diana Dors is in this too. She was kind of a famous British comedic actress at the time. But yeah, Hannie Caulder, really interesting though. I'm glad I got this release because it's a really nice release. Really put together well. Kind of stands out from the rest of my movies on my shelf and everything. So really cool. I like that. All the films did a good job on it. But the Blu-rays are just so darn expensive, man. They're just so, I just don't want to pay 40, 50 bucks for a movie, man. So, you know, I got that for like 14 or 13 or something like that. So that was more economical. And it looked good. The transfer on the DVD is great. So take my word for it, guys. So there you go. A mixture of some westerns from the late 60s and early 70s, some mixture there. Even got a 1950s movie in there. Yeah, some interesting movies. So there you go. So tell me about them in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. Have you seen Hannie Caulder? What's your opinion on it? I mean, is it really have that bad reputation as it does because of what takes place in the movie? And if you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. And always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Check out my past Western episodes. I have a lot of them, guys. So until next time, guys, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys later.